Hey there everyone, this is Ill Factor from beatacademy.com. In this video, I'm going to share with you some music production tips while recreating the beat in Mark Ronson's Find You Again. So let's dive right in. So I'm going to start off with the drums. So here I've got an basic 808 core kit loaded here in Ableton Live. Pretty sure you can follow along with any 808 custom kit that you might have in your DAW. I'm not going to do a lot of tweaking here. This is all about just the small little nuances. So here we have the pattern. So let's just check out what we've got going on. So pretty straightforward. And this is just listening to the reference, just making sure I'm capturing the right timing and the pattern for the kick, clap, or the snare and the clave. What we're going to do is just a little pinch of reverb onto that clav that's going on right there. So I'm going to head over here to my audio effects folder and choose reverb. And now let's open up this drum rack and drag and drop that right onto the clav. So let's go ahead and play that again. So way too much. Let's dial the dry and wet and lower the decay time a little bit. And we can audition it by clicking this. That sounds pretty good. And do that again and lower it in the mix. Cool. That's pretty straightforward. But now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to layer this with a loop. And so I'm going to go to my Beat Academy sample pack here. I'm going to go to 04 Just Pop 115, and I'm going to use the drum loop inside the sample pack. And by the way, you can download the sample pack absolutely free. It's yours. Just click the link below in the description box to download this. So let's click, drag and drop that right in there and play it alongside the clip that we have. So I'll just loop it for those 4 bars. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a gate trigger this loop so that it just gives a little bit more syncopation here with the rhythm that we have going on with the 808 drums. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go to my audio effects folder and I'm going to choose a gate. So let's go over here to the gate, drag and drop that onto the drum loop. And we're going to sidechain this gate, meaning that we're going to have something trigger the gate. In this case, by clicking the sidechain, we're going ahead and choose 808 core kit. I'm literally going to have the whole kit just trigger this drum loop. So I'll set my utility over here and let's just take a listen. So with this, what's going on is every time the 808 kit is being played, that's whether the kick drum, the snare, the hi-hat cymbal, and the clav, anytime they're being heard, as you can see, it's triggering the loop. So let's do a little bit of tweaking here. Let's bring the floor, the noise floor down a little bit and lower the threshold and open the hold a little bit and see what we get. That's cool. That's it's keeping a little bit of the pocket and the timing. So I'll take the gate off and turn it back on. And I'll just bring the release back up and that feels about right. So now let's go ahead and select these 2 tracks and group them. So holding Command G, let's hold Command G and group these tracks here. And I'll just run a little bit of this signal over to some of the reverb that I have on my return track B, which is just a basic big room preset from Ableton Live's reverb. So then I'm going to use just the drum bus plugin just to throw right on top of that group. And we'll scale it back down and see what we've got. I'll add a little bit of compression that's on this drum bus already and lower the trim. Let's check it out without the drum bus. And just so you know what's going on, we've got a little bit of drive here, some saturation, some extra crunch, dampening the high end over here, so just a little bit warm, and just bringing up some transient so we can get the initial punchiness from the kick and the snare and all the elements that we've got going on. Cool. Now let's go ahead and move on to the bass. So let's go ahead and use Ableton Live's wavetable. You can use any 2 oscillator synth that you might have in your DAW. And when I'm listening to the reference track, when I hear the bass, there's definitely a little bit of buzz that's noticeable there. Modulates here and there, but for the most part, we got that nice droney type bass. So I might start with a sawtooth. We'll go right over here. A couple octaves down on my MIDI keyboard. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose another oscillator here and have another sawtooth, but we'll slightly detune this. And let's bring the frequency down to cut off that high end. And for this, to get that extra buzz sound, we're going to be cranking the resonance a little bit more. To kind of get that vibe. And let's go ahead and just a little bit less detune. Okay, now let's go ahead and put the part down. I'm going to select my clip here and just record. So we've got a little bit of overlap that you can see here with the notes. So let's go from polyphonic to monophonic so those notes won't overlap and get all muddy and stuff like that. So got that there. We'll add a little bit of saturation, some filter drive right here. So I'm going to just crank that up with a little filter drive. And then I'm going to go to the unison and just choose noise. Now, if you don't have this particular unison or global detuning, you can add a little bit of white noise to your synth and just add some detuning as well. And then what we're going to do is add a sub oscillator, just a little bit of the tone, and I don't know, just a taste to see where we got. I'm going to go back in here and just make sure everybody's quantized. So highlight everybody, and then with Command A and then Command U to nudge them over. All right, next, let's go ahead and add those chords that we hear. So for this, I'm also going to use another wavetable. And let's just drag that right on top of there. And again, this is a lot brighter. So this, we're going to go straight to another sawtooth here. And I'm going to open up the second sawtooth and do a lot detuning here to get that nice chorusy effect. And let's go a couple octaves up. All right. And so we've got those chords, and we'll leave this on poly since it's not the bass line. Polyphonic, and we'll put the shimmer here for detuning. And just lower the cutoff a little bit. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put a reverb. I want to actually track this with the reverb on there. It'll probably just kind of get my mind in the right place here. So I'm going to click and drag the reverb right onto that synth, bring the dry and wet down a little bit, and mess with the decay time. Cool, so I'll just lower the dry and wet a little bit and brighten this up. And let's go ahead and track that. Okay, so here are the chords. Let's go ahead and select all that and make sure that they are in the right spot. Then I'm going to head back to my synth, and I can hear a little bit more sparkle. And what I mean by that is I want to go have one oscillator set an octave higher. So I'll go to oscillator 2, go to semitones, and let's just go plus 12. So we've got one oscillator playing an octave higher of those chords. That's going to help bring a little bit more shimmer to that. So let's go ahead and listen to everybody together. I'm going to crank a little delay that I'm sending over here. And I've got just the regular delay plugin here on Ableton Live. Let's open this up. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but cool nonetheless. I hope this video has been helpful for you. And if you like any more of these tips, just go ahead and subscribe to this channel, as more and more videos are going to be coming up soon with more tips on how to help you move forward with your music production. And I also have a gift for you for watching this video. If you click the link below in the description box, I'll send you that sample pack that I mentioned earlier, which is filled with loops, construction kits, one-shots, transition effects, everything you need to go ahead and hit the ground running making music. And it's 100% royalty free. It's yours absolutely free. Just click the link below to download your sound pack today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.